What's good? What's good with the nation? Good morning. How y'all doing today? It's almost 9 o'clock. Popped on a little bit, a couple minutes early, but I wanted to pop out real quick. Talk about this matchup real quick with the Broncos. But I want to see who pulls up. What's good with everybody, man? See what we got going on. We're gonna review some of the Denver Broncos. Some of the Denver Broncos stats. You know what I mean? It's been a while since we matched up against them, but we know their defense is solid. We know their defense is solid for sure. And we got some stuff going on with our team as well. News came out that Jonathan Abram will be out for the season. So that right there is going to be a tough break for our defense alone. And that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting dynamic. You know what I mean? You got Mullen out for the season. You have Abram out for the season. Those are two of the main starters that we had at the beginning. And then Hobbs potentially, could potentially or was out last week. So we definitely got to get him back. What's good with y'all though, man? Knock Andrew says 30-minute session. Let's go. Boy said 30-minute session. Boy finna go blowing out loud, boy. The numbers. What's good with you, man? What's good with you? The numbers. He says, "Good morning, nation. Happy holidays, y'all." Yeah, I wanna do this too because I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna be for the holidays. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd be going live for Christmas, but I am going to this Broncos game, y'all. I am going to this Broncos game. So Saturday, Sunday, I might not be doing like lives. Probably won't be doing a pregame. I'll probably hop on Honcho's page for a pregame show from the stadium or something like that. I'm gonna try to get down there early to where maybe I could get some clips in of the players, maybe catch up with them, or if I get to the game early enough, and you know what I mean, maybe something, maybe I can figure something out. But definitely going to the game this weekend, so I won't be able to probably won't be able to do some shows, but we'll see what happens. Most definitely. I'll have to pop on some other people's shows and get it cracking that way. But let's see who's up in the building, man. Dominique 5, what's good with you, man? Good morning. How you doing, man? Yes, sir. Salute to the chats, yo. Mason Blue in the building. I hope that Michigan team doing well. Shout out Mason Blue. Shout out Bay Area, California Raiders. Yeah. Shout out to the Bay, man. Shout out to the Bay. Definitely missed the vibe. Definitely missed that Oakland Raider vibe, because I heard about that Vegas ain't the same. And I'll find out this weekend. For myself if it's Tickler in the building. Yee. I see you, Tickler. I've been wanting to see Denzel and Debo. Let me know. Let me know what you mean. Good morning, Raiders 805. How you doing, yo? Team Raider in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit me with questions. This is a fan chat. This is a fan discussion. Whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all go ahead and comment down. Whatever y'all want to ask, y'all go ahead and ask. And we're just gonna go back and forth. That's what this one gonna be. That's what this gonna be, man. Jody 510 in the building. Happy holidays to you and the fan, bro. Yes, sir. Happy holidays, Jody. Appreciate that, man. Hope everybody has a good Christmas Eve, good Christmas, good holidays, good first of the year, everything like that. You know what I mean? You got to go in the year with the strong, going in the new year with the bang. Raiders all day, baby. Yes, sir, Jesse. Can't wait to watch AFC teams lose this weekend. Yeah, we gonna need them, but we gonna need them to lose. We're gonna need them to lose, even because say we go beat the Chargers and we beat the Broncos, all this things still have to go a certain way for us to, solidify that spot in the playoffs. Anyone going to the game? Yeah, I'm gonna be at the game this weekend, bro. I'm going to the game this weekend. It's my first time going to a game in Vegas. My first time going to a game in Vegas. I haven't gone to any other game this year, so you know what I mean. Division rival. We got the Broncos, and we're gonna see we're gonna see how the stadium is. We're gonna see the experience, and hopefully we win. Because trust me, it's gonna be that Christmas time and day after Christmas actually. So hopefully we get that dub. COVID says raid the tape rules. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the words. The number says playoff start. Yeah, let's talk about the playoffs. Let's talk about the playoffs a little bit. We can talk about the playoffs a little bit. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the playoffs. And we can jump into it. Happy holidays to the Raider Nation. Yeah, appreciate that, Tickler. Shout out to the nation. Let me know how the sound is, if it's clear, if it's cool. JoJo in the building. Trevor in the building. I see you, Trev. 805. He said, what's up with Waller? Any news? Yo, so far, there really hasn't been any news as far as Waller's concerned. And that's what's kind of interesting. I feel like he should have came back by now. And if you've been following me for a while, you guys have an understanding of where I am with Waller and that injury. I feel like he should have came back by now. So I'm not 100% sure what the issue is. There's been talk about him and Derek Carr, which I've never really talked about. And then there's speculation about the contract. You know, I don't know if it's the contract. I don't know if it's something between him and Carr, but as far as um that injury, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen any updates on the injury. Maybe hear something maybe today. Maybe most likely you're going to hear something on Friday, tomorrow. You're going to hear something. Let's see. We need the Bills to lose and we need to win this game. Yeah, we need to win every game. You feel me, team? We need to win every game. I know the Titans play – the Titans play the Niners tonight? Titans play the Niners tonight, so we just need all the AFC teams to lose, man. He says, do you think Crosby was worthy of the Pro Bowl spot? I think Redford deserves a spot over him, in my opinion. I would say, does Crosby deserve a Pro Bowl spot? Yeah, I think Crosby deserves a Pro Bowl spot. I think he's been playing pretty well. He definitely gains the attention of the opposing offenses, and they definitely make sure they chip. They do whatever they need to do to help with him. I think he's a good football player. A lot of the times for me, the Pro Bowl is for more of like popularity contest. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Of course, but I think the Pro Bowl is kind of like a popularity contest. So is the MVP. MVP sometimes is just a popularity contest. So I don't really read too much into it. But yeah, I think Crosby deserved a Pro Bowl. But with that being said, when it comes to that contract talks, when it comes to Crosby getting that extension and stuff like that, I'm kind of on the fence because you still have to put those numbers. You have to get that production. But like I said, Pro Bowl's kind of, yeah. But Augie says, you think Derek Carr would take less money to stay with the Raiders and get other key players brought over here? Yeah, I think Derek Carr would 100%. The thing with Derek Carr, I don't even think the thing with Derek Carr right now is how much money he would take. I think it's just where the relationship is with him, the franchise, and the fan base. I know some people will say, well, who cares about the fan base and what they think, whatever. But you know what I mean? It's there. It's obvious it's there that Derek Carr creates this rift amongst the franchise, amongst the fan base. And people be tripping, yo. If y'all haven't been on Twitter, if y'all make sure y'all add me on Instagram and Twitter. But if y'all don't be on Twitter and Instagram, you'll see that people really go in. People really try to tear each other down over an opinion on this player. So it's kind of it's different. It's a toxic relationship. I'll say that much. Trevor says, you think Gus Bradley's replacement for Abram will be any good? Well, apparently Teamer is going to step up because Teamer is the one that would step into Abram's spot. And I think he'll be able – I think he'll suffice. I think he'll be fine. It'll be pretty average. You got to think Teamer might have a little bit of better coverage skills, a little bit better ball skills. But at the same time, I feel like Teamer gets hurt and – he won't be as good as Abram around the line. That's for sure. He won't be as good as far as like breaking those, getting through those blocks, reading those screens, making those plays in the backfield. I don't know if Teamer is going to exactly do all that. I don't know if he's going to do all that, though. Colts, Steelers, Ravens, we must beat Broncos. Yeah. We got to win out. It's that simple. We got to win out. OG in the building. What's good with you, OG? John V says, super sad about Abram. He was the MVP versus the Browns for me. Yeah, 100%. He was playing very well against the Browns. And, it's you see him play that well against the Browns, and you kind of look at other games, and you ask yourself, is Jonathan Abram consistent enough? That's the kind of thing I would ask. Is Jonathan Abram consistent enough? Because there'll be some games he shows these flashes, and there's other games he just doesn't really show up, or he gets mossed, and then people will start saying, he got mossed. He can't cover. He doesn't need to be in coverage. We need to get a replacement, someone that could cover, take him out, whatever the case may be. So, you know what I mean? We need to see that consistency from Abram, in my opinion. I think he's a solid football player, and I would keep him. Just got to work on those ball skills and when the ball is in the air because, he'll be in position to make a play. But when it comes to making that play, he gets mossed, and so it's just kind of you got to give and take. You got to give and take right there. I see the Raiders get that 7th seed. Okay, the numbers. Okay. The 7th seed. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't want to jinx us or anything. If you look at the schedules of the teams seated above us, playoff chances look good. I feel like we've gone a long time not making the playoffs, and every time the playoffs are in our possession, like it's on us to make the playoffs, it's kind of, man, it's tough. Last year we were in position to win the playoffs, and we go out and we lose to a team like the Dolphins in such a dramatic way. And but this team might be different. A lot of stuff happened this year, and we're still in the hunt. We're still in the hunt after everything that's happened. We don't even have a head coach, and we're still in the hunt. So that shows a lot about this football team. It shows a lot of grit. It shows a lot of dedication. And you know what I mean? They're getting through that adversity. So the boy said, "What's up, Raid? Raid for GM. Appreciate that, James. You know what I mean? I don't even know if Mayock is the guy at GM. Personally, I'm not very fond of Mike Mayock myself. I think we'd be able to get somebody with a little bit more personality, swagger, and make better picks. That's for sure, in my opinion. We can definitely get up there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everyone talking about how good Abrams looked in the box, but do you think he looked good because they was so run dominant? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. And to add to that, people will say, oh, well, the run defense looked good against the Browns, and that's a good run. Well, we all knew they was going to run the ball. We all knew the ball was going to be ran. So that's all. We just had to prevent them from running. You know what I mean? But when it came to passing the ball, Nick Mullins still scored a scrambling touchdown. So I think it was just part of the game plan. Obviously, we knew they were going to run, so we're going to commit to stopping the run at that point. Chubb still got 91 yards, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. You could interpret that how you want. But I think Abrams, that's just his game. He's just good around the line. He's just good inside the box. And the pass thing is his calm. This is where he struggles. He struggles when it comes to the point of attack when it goes to attacking the football in the air. And he just needs to work on those ball skills. I do think he looked good against the Browns. He looked good against the Ravens. He looked good against the Steelers. He's had multiple games to where he looked good. It's just those couple of games to where he'll get mossed, like he got mossed by Williams against the Chiefs and Ingram against the Giants. And those right there those plays will get stuck in people's minds, I feel like, and be like, he cannot cover. And rightfully so, because if you get mossed like that, people will say you can't cover. So we definitely got to step it up. Joseph says, you think Max worth $20 million a year extension? No, I don't think Max is worth $20 million a year extension. I don't. I wouldn't pay him that. I wouldn't pay Max that. That's just me, though. That's just me. Do we have to win out to make the playoffs? 10-7 gets in for sure, right? I don't know if 10-7 gets in for sure. We could look at the standings. We could definitely look at the standings, but I don't think 10-7 will get us in for sure, because let me just look before I start chopping at the bit. And let me share this with y'all real quick. This conference. And I'll share this image with you guys real quick so we could look at this playoff standings and we could see what we got popping right quick. Because right now, let's see. Add the screen. All right, let's get it. Let's look at the standings right now for the AFC. See what it looks like. We had the Chiefs. Hold up. All right, but we got the Chiefs at number 1 right here in the AFC. Patriots, Titans, Bengals, Colts, Chargers, Bills, Ravens, Steelers, and then us. So you figure we could beat the Chargers. If we beat the Chargers, we'll be even with them, and I believe we'll have tiebreakers. The Bengals, that's a tough one. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right now it says we're 10th. That's what it says. We beat the Browns, so we got that tiebreaker. We beat the Broncos, got that tiebreaker. So we definitely got to beat the Broncos this weekend. You know what I mean? If we don't beat the Broncos this weekend, then we're definitely out. If we beat the Broncos, it's just on us at that point. If we beat the Broncos, it's just on us. We'll have to go beat the Chargers and the Colts because they're ahead of us. So it's that simple. It's that simple right there. You know what I mean? Yo. So we definitely have to. We just gotta win out, man. I don't think it's any more complicated or what happened? Where's my yeah. I don't know what happened. But I don't think it's gonna be any more complicated than just winning out, honestly. Knock Andrew, what's good with you? Agent Red in the building. What's happening? Jesse, I see you, boy. I see you. Saffron in the building. What's up with you, man? Central Cali Bear says Drew Lock is going to pad our interception stats this weekend. He's going to toss 3 up for the Raiders, win 24-7. Man, I seen that. And Drew Lock's supposed to play. That boy garbage. And if we have to, if we could beat the Browns, I feel like we got to beat these boys. But at the same time, the Broncos defense, is looking a lot more healthy than what we were facing against the Browns. They were just looking a lot more looking a lot more healthy. Right now, they're currently ranked second, I believe. They're currently ranked second in defense, points allowed. Go ahead and pull that up so y'all can see. Currently ranked second in the league in points allowed. Their offense is ranked 21st. They're second in points allowed, fourth in yards. They're 21st in turnovers, though. They're first in first downs. So their defense is pretty stout, yo. Their defense is pretty stout. Dang, fourth in touchdowns. Okay. First in touchdowns when it comes to rushing. Yeah, they're not playing. So this defense, this Broncos defense is not playing around. You can move down and you'll see average points third in the league. So yeah, their defense is for real. I don't want to go in there and sleeping on their defense or anything like that. And yeah, make sure y'all hit that rate the like button. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate y'all, Nation, for pulling up. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all here with me, and we talking about Raiders football. Appreciate that. Stormtrooper says, "What's good, Jesse? What's good with you, Stormtrooper? What's good?" Lonnie in the building. I see you. Hammerman, what is this? Raiders seem to struggle playing home games. Thoughts? Go Raiders. Hold up. What's going on? You got a Raider thing with Bengals colors? You got a Raider thing with Bengals colors. I'm trying to figure that out. What's this right here? This is like a Bengals / Raider thing. Someone help me. Because I don't know what that means. But he says Raiders seem to struggle playing home games. Thoughts? Is it the fans? Do y'all think the fans is messing up the home games? Do y'all think the fans are messing up the home games for the Raiders? I don't know. I don't know what the struggles are going on as far as home game, because that right there is just it's just strange. But at the same time, a team like the Cardinals, they're undefeated on the road, but at home they're like 2-4 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure what the home thing is all about. Dan Raider, how you doing, man? Says 9-8 can get Raiders in the playoffs. 10-7 will be better, obviously, but Raiders just need to win 2 of the next 3. Amazing Raiders still have a chance with everything that has happened this season. Exactly, man. It's crazy because you figure if you beat the Broncos and the Chargers, we'll be right there. We'll be in that spot to be able to make the playoffs, in my opinion. We'll be able to make the playoffs. And my off-season prediction before the season started was us going 10-7. So if we go 10-7 with everything that happened, if we even go 9-8 with everything that has happened, losing Ruggs, losing Gruden, right, with no Waller for weeks, right? So that right there, that would say a lot about this football team. That would say a lot. James says, "Do you think Abrams can play linebacker next year?" I just did a video of Jonathan Abrams, and I asked that question. A lot of people want him to switch to linebacker. Me personally, I think we just keep him at strong safety. I think that's just his role. He just plays it well. And also at the same time, you got to think he's kind of undersized. Um, Linebackers are typically around 220 and above. Think about Nicholas Morrow is 220 and above. Diablo is 220 and above. Um, Javin White, all these guys are 220 and above. But when you look at Abram is around that 200, 205 weight. So for me, it's that 20-pound difference is huge. Could you imagine Abram being 20 pounds heavier and moving the way he moves? So I like him at strong safety. I'm not tripping if we moved him to linebacker. I think he'll do just fine, but I would rather just keep him at strong safety. I feel like that's his natural position. So honestly, I don't know how we win games with 13 takeaways and 19 giveaways. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We're just chopping at the bit, so we're trying to figure it out, man. Good morning, Lonnie. Appreciate it. Good morning, Nation. If you like Jamal Adams, you gotta love Abram. What I would say the main difference is the scheme and the way they play Adams. I feel like they give Adams way more. They make Adams move a lot more. They send him into blitz a lot. Abram doesn't really get that same privilege to just go out there and just go off. You know what I mean? Just tee off on everybody. So I feel like if we let Abram loose a little bit, but at the same time, last year we were saying, oh, we want to see Abram hold it together, because last year he was causing all those penalties. This year he hasn't been causing any penalties, I don't think he's had one unnecessary roughness penalty. So he's definitely shown that he can learn. He definitely shows that he could progress pretty quick. So I like that about Abram. That's why I definitely would want to keep him around. He's just got to work on the ball skills. I hear Waller may be out for the season. Thoughts? If Waller is out for the season, y'all know how I feel about Waller. Look, if Waller's out for the season, then it's more than just the injury. It's that simple for me. I'm not gonna sit here and say oh no, it's really the injury. It has nothing to do with the contract. It has nothing to do with player relationships, with personnel relationships. No, that's BS. You talk about you had an IT band that projected a 2 to 4 week recovery time, right? And really, it was 1 to 2 weeks. At first, they said 3 to 4 weeks. Now, all of a sudden, you're out. Basically that whole time you said, and then you're going to be out for even more games, which doesn't even make sense to me. What is the actual injury? What is actually going on? It says he's not even at practice, right? Last I heard he was in the swimming pool. Last week, I don't think he was at practice. This week, I'm not 100% sure. But the fact that you're not even at practice, you're not even running, like it's almost like he's not even doing anything. It's just like he's resting. What is that? You're not working through the injury. You should be able to run on a tweaked IT band. You should be able to play football games on that. And I've been critical of this Darren Waller discussion when it came to the injury, because I said it when it first happened. I said, look, if he doesn't play against KC, which was 2 weeks ago, if he doesn't want to play against KC, then he just doesn't want to play. That was my opinion on it. And I still stand by that. I don't think he wants to play. It's that simple. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm ready to trade Waller. I already put that out there. I took my heat for it. But personally, I don't know what dude's got going on. I don't know what's going on in his head, if he wants a new contract, if there's maybe even more injuries than we know. But I ain't going to buy that. Or if his agent is getting into his head and telling him a bunch of things. So, I'm not sure about all that, man. So, I'm pretty critical of Waller though. Pretty critical of Waller and that whole situation. Manuel says, "What's up, Ray? What's up, Ray? What's good with you, Manuel? Hope you're having a good day. Hope everybody's having a good day, man. It's early in the morning. I popped up on y'all last minute. Mitch said 91% chance we win out. 91% chance. I mean, I don't really know how you get that 91% chance. We still have to play the Chargers and we still have to play the Colts. Why would it be 91% if we still got to play a pretty good team in the Colts and we have to play a pretty good team in the Chargers? So I don't know where you get the 91% from. I'd be more on that I'd be more on that 50-50 line, you know? I'd be more on that 50-50 line. Central Cali Bear says, I'll be rooting for the Cardinals to beat up the Colts this weekend. Yeah, 100%, bro. We definitely got to knock out the Colts, y'all. We got to knock off the Colts. We definitely got to knock off the Colts. We beat Baltimore and Pitt, who is both above us. If we beat Indy and Chargers, it looks good. Yeah, 100%, bro. And that's what I'm saying. We got to go out there. Oh, let me do some. Let me do something real quick. And that's really what's going to help us in at the most is the fact that we beat these AFC teams earlier in the year. And now when it comes down to the tiebreakers, we're going to be able to make that stride. We'll be able to make that push. But like I was saying earlier, it seems like every single time the playoffs are in our hands, right? It's just on us to go make it happen. You think about last year when we were playing the Dolphins and, you know, everything that had transpired. So hopefully we're able to make it this time, and we'll see what happens. We've had a lot of adversity, and this group has shown that they're able to push through. So we'll see what's up. Jose says 2-1. We can still possibly right, but we need some help in the next 3 weeks, either Bills or somebody to lose. Yeah. Hopefully, like I was saying, you look at the Colts and hopefully the Colts lose, and then you gotta beat your division opponents. I think that's our main thing. Just beat the division opponents, and I think we'll be in a better place. That's it. Just beat the division opponents. Let's focus on those right there. You know, the Colts, of course, we would want to beat the Colts, but we got to focus on those division matchups most definitely. If we could bump them down and we can get ahead of them, then I feel like that'll heighten our chances that much more. Snap him way behind. No, they ain't scrubs for sure. Javonte Williams is coming into his own too. Yeah, Javonte Williams is able to break tackles. We're gonna have to wrap up on that, man. We're gonna have to wrap up. Make sure we get him down. Can't just sit there missing tackles, dropping interceptions. If Drew Lock is gonna be out there throwing ducks, we need to catch the mugs. We cannot be dropping interceptions. I swear we drop maybe 2 interceptions a game on average. If we just turn those, if we can just get those converted, if we can just turn those to turnovers, I'm telling you, it's going to take us a long way. We just got to get that. We just got to get those interceptions, man. How many times have you guys seen us drop an interception? Like you're like, oh snap, it's about to be a pick, and we drop it. Cold. We got to get those. G-Town says, "What's good, Ray? What do you think about Waller not practicing yet?" I touched on it, man. I touched on that, and Waller for me is. I ain't trying to say nothing crazy, but I don't know, man. Element Pro says, "What's better, Waller and Adams or Adams?" I would say Waller and Adams, but we're like, you got to think Waller's going to have to get that extension, right? And how much are you going to pay Waller? We kind of talked about it. It's going to be 17. It's going to be 17 or more. Let's say let's go conservative. Let's say 15 or more, because Kittle, Goddard, and Andrews and Kelsey are getting 15 or more. Okay, so Waller's going to at least get that. Then Adams, he's going to probably get paid around 25 plus, because being the highest paid receiver, you'd have to get about 28 million right now. Because I think the highest paid receiver is Hopkins. He gets 27 a year. So if we made Adams the highest paid, so between Adams and Waller, we'd probably be paying around 45, 42 to 45 a year. And 2 players, 40 to 45 on Waller and Adams. That's it. Then if you want to keep Carr, you're not going to get Adams and then get rid of Carr. But if you want to keep Carr, then you're going to have to also, extend him. And then add an extra probably 10 million on top of that. Because if he's getting 19 right now and you want to pay him around 30, if he takes that, then you got to add another 10 on top of that. So you're looking around 50 to 55 million. Plus you got to get a right tackle, right? That's going to cost you about 10. So that you just used all your cap. So it's gonna be a difficult situation. I know we could free up cap if we let go of certain players like Kukowski, Nassib. That's like 10 million extra. So definitely interesting. Element Pro says, I don't know why y'all saying this based on speculation. Well, I think you talk about the Waller thing because I know you'll say you're kind of on the Waller's just hurt. He had a back thing. And me personally, man, I'm not saying he's not hurt. Well, what I'm saying is, can he not play through this injury? Can he not play through this? It's an IT ban. So can he not play through this injury, especially when we got division opponents? We got to play the Kansas City. We played the Kansas City Chiefs just a couple weeks ago. He couldn't come out and play. The injury's that bad. He couldn't even play against the Browns. That's all I want to know. How bad is this injury for Waller? That's the only thing that just gets to me. Like, it can't be that bad, bro. You're missing how many games so far? What is this, 3? 3 games? I don't know, man. Muhammad says, should we trade Waller? It depends who you ask. If you ask me, I'll trade Waller. If you ask me, I would trade Waller. That's just me, though. I put it out there. I've already put it out there, but I would trade Waller. I don't think we need Waller to be successful. I don't think you need a top three tight end to be successful. I'd rather go get a top 3 wide receiver. A wide receiver is more lethal than a tight end. It's that simple. You need somebody on the outside to make plays. Personally, I don't think Waller makes enough plays for me to even pay him like that either. Waller doesn't break enough tackles. Waller catches the ball and gets tackled where he catches the ball. I do not like that. That irritates me. I do not see Waller breaking tackles. I do not see him stiff-arming people, trucking people, outrunning people for a touchdown. I don't see that from Waller. I need to see that from Waller to get paid, be the highest paid tight end in the league. If you want to be our number 1 receiver, not wide receiver, our number 1 receiver, I need to see that kind of stuff. He's not making enough plays. When's the last time you seen Waller do like a jumping one-handed catch in the back of the end zone to make a play? He doesn't make enough plays for me. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. So if he wants to be the most paid tight end, then I'm getting rid of him. And he wants to be, he wants to be on the sidelines because he has these injuries, whatever the case may be. I don't need a 30-year-old tight end getting paid the most, dealing with injuries, who's not going to be a playmaker. I'm sorry. I just can't. What is Waller outside of him being a mismatch? What else is there to him? There's nothing else to him. Kyle Pitts is making bigger plays than Darren Waller. Go look at this past week. The dude is over here making one-handed catches all the time. He's over here just making plays. I'm sorry, but he's not enough of a playmaker for me to pay him. I'd rather go get a real wide receiver. Demoke says, who is starting SS now that Abrams is out, and will they be better in coverage? So from what I read, it's going to be Teamer, and that's who came in to replace Abram when he got hurt against the Browns. It'd be Teamer, and then I think Tyree Gillespie is supposed to come off IR. If he might be off IR, I'm not 100% sure. Either he comes off this week or he comes off next week and he'll be able to play. But Tyree Gillespie, I want to see Tyree Gillespie. I know I've said it before. I definitely want to see Tyree Gillespie and see what he could do. I think he got some solid skills, especially being with Bradley and Miles. Probably be able to brush up on those skills and get out there. Waller going the clutch sports route is bigger than an injury. Yeah, man. I mean, it's not a coincidence, yo. History repeats itself. You have to, where there's smoke, there's fire. You have to take it in consideration. You have to. Barber gets more carries versus Broncos. He needs to. Personally, I think Barber needs to, split carries with Jacobs, because Barber just goes full speed ahead, and if he sees an opening, he'll hit it, and then he'll be gone. You know what I mean? He's not thinking too much. He's just trying to hit the hole and be gone. So that's why I like Barber. If somebody's in his way, he's about to smack into him. And he's like, all right, if you're going to try to stop me right here, I'm going to make sure I get them extra 2-3 yards. That's why I like Barber. He's going to fall forward. Jacobs, I feel like, has been Jacobs hasn't been as violent as runner as he's been as we're used to. And I don't know if that's just his body. He got that wear and tear now. I don't know He's dealing with injuries, which he probably is, but who isn't at this point in the season? And I think that's just another reason you got to split, you know what I mean? You got to split carries with Barber. South one says Hopkins gets $5 million more than the next best wide receiver. I don't think Adams is getting $27 million. So are you saying you think he would get more, or are you saying you think he'd get less? Because Adams is currently considered the best receiver in the league, and he wants to be, you know, I've been hearing that he wants to be the highest paid receiver in the league. So if he wants to be the highest paid receiver in the league, he's going to get that 27. Best believe that. He's going to get his money. Dominique says, give me Allen Robinson. I wouldn't be mad at that. I would take A-Rob. I would take Allen Robinson. I would take Allen Robinson and DJ Chark. That's who I would like to get. I would go get Robinson and DJ Chark. I like Chark a lot. That dude's a beast. Christian Kirk is good too. I know people bring him up, but I lean towards Chark. I just think dude's just explosive, crazy fast. Man, I hope he draft David Bell. He a beast. I was looking at David Bell's tape, man. I like David Bell. Who was he playing with? He was playing with Rondale Moore, right? David Bell was playing with Rondale Moore last year. So I don't know how to speak on money talk when it's all guesstimates. Well, it's kind of, you can kind of gauge, you know what I mean? You kind of gauge the area, you know what I mean? You can be in that vicinity of how much a person is going to get paid, because it's simple. If Adams is going to sign a new contract, a max deal, you just have to look at the next person. It's the same thing as when we signed Derek Carr. When we signed Derek Carr and gave him his contract, all we had to do was look at the next guy's contract, and then Derek Carr got more than him. He was the highest paid at the time. You know what I mean? Now he's like not even top 10. He's not even top 20. I think he's like bottom 5, and you know what I mean, as far as, you know what I mean, value. You know what I mean? So you can just kind of gauge off of other contracts for sure. Team says, I don't know about Allen Robinson. I like Allen Robinson. I think if we keep Carr, he'll be able to produce a lot. He's a stout route runner, and he makes plays. He's a playmaker. He's going to catch the ball. Do you think because of no state tax, they can pay Adams or anyone else a little less? They're saving money on taxes? Potentially, yeah. I think potentially you could, most definitely. That's definitely something you can. Me and you got to really talk about this, Ray. My opinion on his injury, kind of long-winded. Yeah, you could. I mean, shit, we could talk about it on IG, or you could just, you know what I mean? We could figure something out. But, bro, like, I don't really know how much more I could say on the injury besides the fact that, bro, you've been out already. Like, how long do you need? How long does he need to come back? That's all I'm saying. How long does he need to come back? Why is it so hard to, you know what I mean, figure out why Waller can't come back, or why we can't get a time period on why Waller isn't coming back? Because this is why it's a question. Think about it. Nobody knows when he's coming back. Why? Think about that, bro. Nobody knows when Waller is coming back. It's not like he tore an ACL. It's not like he broke an arm. It's not like his, you know what I mean? We just, look, think about it like this. Abram got hurt just 2 days ago. We already know he's out for the season. How did we find that out? You see what I'm saying? How do we find that out? Mullen was hurt. We found out he was going to be out for about 3 weeks. He came back. He got hurt again. Now he's out for the season. We found out. You see what I'm saying? So what's up with Waller? Why can't we find out when he's going to be back? I don't think he's going to be back. I don't think so. I you know, if we can't, you know, I need to hear something. But think about it, bro. Just think about it, man. You get hurt in the Cowboys game and you still ain't back. But the injury is no tears. You didn't tear anything. You didn't break anything. What's the injury? Tell me. What's the injury that's keeping you out longer than 3 weeks? That's all I want to know. Could have put your ass on IR and activated somebody else or something. Agent Red says you're gonna need 2 wideouts in the offseason. 100% agree. You know, I've been, ditto. Adams and maybe Gallup or Chark would be dope. That would be dope. But after looking at the numbers, it just wouldn't be able to afford it. Because Gallup is going to be a little expensive. It's going to be a little expensive. And then we just talked about Adams. He's going to want about, 25 to 30. So that's going to be tough right there. D. Redder says 27 plus mil for a wide receiver. That's crazy. It is crazy, man. But that's what you pay when you want a top notch, when you need top notch talent. And think about it. This is the same guy that's playing with Aaron Rodgers. And we all know Aaron Rodgers is better than our quarterback. But if Aaron Rodgers gets a wide receiver this good, it's like, damn, like why? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What the hell are we gonna do? If Aaron Rodgers is that good, but he gets a receiver that is, technically the best in the league, then you know what I mean? How do you, so come on now. We gotta step our game up, most definitely. Definitely. Pyro in the building. How y'all doing? Greg says, Raid, I love Waller, so why you got to make sense on this? I feel you, bro, but I like Waller too. Don't get me wrong. I like Waller. Trust me. I like Waller. I think he's a solid football player. I think he has the speed. He has the size to be a mismatch. But just outside of that, man, it's kind of tough. First super chat of the day. Appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the support in the super chat. Appreciate the donation. Sean Brady says, ESPN just did a scenario. Carr and Rodgers trade and Adams stays in Green Bay. Your thoughts? I just depend on what it would take to get – I'm just depending. Where would you make up for that difference in Rodgers and Carr? Did they say they were going to give, 2 first-rounders and Carr for Rodgers? Or, how would that work? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. How would that work? It's interesting. I personally, I wouldn't want Rodgers. Do you guys want to get rid of Derek Carr, who we pay $20 million, and then pay twice as much for Aaron Rodgers, and then also we still have to get 2 wide receivers, and we want to bring in a guy like Adams, who Rodgers was just playing with? But if Adams isn't leaving, that means we're not going to get Adams. You see what I'm saying? It's like a whole fiasco right there. I feel like we're kind of, we're taking a whole lot of steps. Taking a whole lot of steps. DJ Chark broke his foot. Yeah, he's hurt. I mean, he's been hurt all year, but he'll come back next year. Joseph says, Raid, would you pay Adams $27 million? Would I pay Adams 27? I would pay Adams 27. Yep. I'm paying Adams 27. I'm gonna go get Adams. I'm gonna go pay him. I'm gonna go get him. The thing is, if you get Adams, you got to keep Carr. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got to juggle what you have. You got to figure out, all right, how am I going to pay this dude? And at the same time, I'm going to pay this dude. You see what I'm saying? And then also continue building this team. Because you give Adams 27, you give Carr his extension. You want to go get your right tackle, which will probably cost 8 to 12 mil, depending on how good he is. I would like to go get Moses. I think he'd be a pretty cornerstone over there. Morgan Moses. He was a right tackle for the Washington football team for a while. I would like to go get him. I think that would solidify our offense right there. Adams, extend Carr, get that right tackle. Also draft a guy that could be under Adams. It's that simple. You got Renfro still. If you want to bring back D-Jax for a cheap contract, go ahead and bring him back. He'll be cheap. And that right there, I feel like we would still have enough money to go sign other players. Chaz with the super chat. Appreciate you stopping in, man. He says, what's the key for us to beat the Donkeys this Sunday? And also, good morning, brother. Good morning to you, Chaz. Appreciate the super chat and donation, man. Always here to support. The key to beating the Broncos, my opinion, would be to run the football. And I know, and that's just it. You know what I mean? It'll just be run the football. I don't know if we're going to be able to really just pass all over this football team. I feel like if we keep throwing it underneath too much, then Derek Carr is going to definitely get some of those. They're going to try to jump those. So I feel like we definitely need to be careful when it comes to trying to just sling the ball and do all of this underneath stuff, because I think they'll be prepared to jump that stuff, in my opinion. So we need to be able to run the football well. And I don't know how that's going to work because we haven't done it all year. We haven't run the football well all year. So T. Reddy says Trent Brown situation. What would be a Trent Brown situation? What do you mean by that? What would be a Trent Brown situation? Let me know. Waller, they list knee and back. The last time I checked, it was just his IT band, and I've been hearing rumors about his back, and people will bring it up. But personally, I just think it's his knee. Maybe it's he got a frustrated back, but I don't know. I think they just added that. That's just extra stuff. He didn't go out of the game. He didn't stop playing games until his knee was hurt. So all of a sudden now your back is also an issue. So I'm just gonna stick with the knee because that's what initially got you knocked out of the game. That's what initially kept you out of playing the game, fulfilling your contract. All Starter says he's mentally checked out, potentially. Jesse says because his injury is bigger than what the Raiders are saying. In my opinion, I don't really think that is the case 100%. I don't think that's the case 100%. It could be, but if it is, then why not just put him in IR? You see what I'm saying? Like, why not just put him in IR? Why not just say he's out? Like, what's the difference? Like, why would you lie about his injury? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Why would you lie about his injury? You're not going to really gain any kind of advantage. You're not going to gain any advantage by lying about it. So, don't need 3 wide receiver ones. Left my ass off. Just try getting Adams and draft the wide receiver. Yeah, 100%. That would be dope. If you can get Adams and just draft the guy, that'd be fire. Waller actually has a back injury that he had before that IT band. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He was playing the whole time with a back injury. Back injury. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, oh, he played against the Cowboys, he hurt his knee, and then he went out. So it was the knee that got him knocked out of actually playing football games. That's what I'm saying. What's good with a KB? Kessler says A-Rod make everyone look good. That's not even, I know some people say that, but that's not true because what wide receiver looks good? What tight end, what wide receiver looks good with Aaron Rodgers besides, Devontae Adams? You know what I mean? Besides Devontae Adams, that's the only wide receiver that's been kind of blown up with Rodgers before, for this second run as far as Green Bay is concerned. Because on that first one, you had Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, and who else? Who else did they have? What's crazy is Adams might make more than DC. Yeah, I mean, technically, if he signed next year, he would make more than DC for 100%. He would. He would, for sure. Adams come in at 27 plus. We need defense. Yeah, we need defense, but in my opinion, I don't think there's any defensive players that you go cash out for like that. I feel like the defensive players we would want, I would want to go trade for them. I would want to go trade for a proven defensive tackle. You know what I mean? I don't mind drafting one because I do want to draft a defensive tackle, but I'd want to go trade for one. If we could trade for Daron Payne, the Washington football team has a plethora of defensive linemen, and there's Matthew Ioannidis, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen. They have Chase Young. They have Montez Sweat. They have Settle, the defensive tackle Settle over there. I want to get Matthew Ioannidis or Daron Payne. If we can get Daron Payne, if we could go trade for Daron Payne from the Washington football team, I'm telling you, that would flip this defense. That would make this defense a completely different football team. It just would. That defensive tackle right there, he sets a different kind of tone. Bill T says, homie, we have horrid luck. Watch us pay out Adams $30 million. He ends up hurt for the year. It's likely to happen. You know what I mean? That's you 100% right, man, because you think about it. Think about every single wide receiver one we tried to get. Amari Cooper came here. He didn't want to be here. We go and get Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown comes here and dips out. Henry Ruggs. We get Henry Ruggs in the first round. You see what happens with that. Now if we go get another wide receiver one, what would happen? So who does Chark play for? It's Chark, Chark, is Chark Jr. He plays for Jacksonville Jags right now, but he's hurt. He's currently hurt. Saffron says, quarterback is not the problem. Come on. Yeah, I'm not really I'm not really tripping off the quarterback right now. Yeah, I said, yeah, I thought ONT6 with the super with the donation. Appreciate you, brother, and the support. Did you get the all 22 film from the Browns games? Do you think we're going to keep Jonathan Abram past this year? Why haven't we seen more of Malcolm? Yeah, for surely. I dropped I put a couple of clips in of Jonathan Abram yesterday from the Browns game, and I do think we keep Jonathan Abram. I think he's a solid football player. He makes plays around the line of scrimmage. It just depends on what it's going to cost to keep him, especially on that fifth year, because he is a first-round draft pick, and I believe the first-round draft picks got to pick up their fifth year if you want to keep him. So that right there is going to be an interesting dynamic. And you guys got to think of it like this. We drafted Cleve Farrell, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Abram that year in the first round. Do you guys think we keep all three of them? We had 3 first-round picks in 2018. Do you guys think we keep all 3 of them? Do you think we give any of them a fifth-year option? Y'all let me know in the chat, man. Because if you guys think about it, that's crazy. That's crazy that we could potentially have 3 first-round draft picks that from 2018 leave. Like, we won't even re-sign them. That. I don't even want to go down that road because that should have pissed me off. How the fuck you sign 3? How do you get 3 draft picks that you could potentially not even fucking keep? That's how bad this damn franchise is. It's about to piss me off thinking about it. Stupid ass. That shit crazy. Motherfucker gonna sit out here 3 draft picks. How you get 3? Let me move on, man, before I start on a rant. Cause that shit crazy. That shit crazy. I would not pay Adams $27 million. I'd get 3 to 4 good O linemen. I wouldn't get 3 to 4 good O linemen. Definitely not. I feel like that'd be a waste of money, man. I would get 2 at the most. I'd go get a guard and Corbett, and then I'd go get a right tackle and Moses or something like that. But I wouldn't get 3 to 4 good O linemen. I'd have Miller. I'd keep Miller, James, and Leatherwood where they're at, and I'd go add Moses and Corbett, or I would just add a right tackle. That's it. You don't have to have like the most perfect offensive line. Y'all got to think about this. We've had this offensive line all year. This offensive line it was worse in the beginning of the year than it was now. You know what I mean? What we need is weapons. What we're missing is weapons. This offensive line was worse in the beginning of the season when we were winning games. When we were winning games, the offensive line was worse. The difference then is we had a competent head coach and we had weapon. We had a weapon in Henry Ruggs. We had Waller out there playing. We had Hunter Renfrow out there playing, right? We had Josh and Drake. So we had a plethora of weapons. Now all of a sudden we don't have Drake. We don't have Waller. We don't have Ruggs. We got to bring in a random guy in Deshaun Jackson. So this is what I'm saying. There's no continuity. There's no number 1 wide receiver. There's no playmaker on the field. What the hell are we going to do? We need playmakers. You don't need big guys to be up there blocking the whole time. I would get 2 linemen. At the most, I'd get 2 linemen. We need a playmaker. Like, this is I don't know what it is. We're the only team that's like afraid to sign guys that are just like good. I don't know what it is, And I know bro said we have the worst luck, but it's like I'm not gonna go out there every time and be like, we have the worst luck. I'm not gonna get this guy because we have bad luck. I'm not gonna do that. It's Devontae Adams. He's the best receiver. You're telling me if Devontae Adams wants to come here, the best receiver in the league, and play for us, that we don't want to go get him. But we'd rather go get an Aaron Rodgers, a Watson, or something like that, who we have to pay buku bucks. We got to use our whole cap to go pay these guys, and then we're not going to have any weapons. And then when we're mediocre, then what? Like, bro, we have to get playmakers. We're the only franchise, we're the only fan base that sits here and settles for not having fucking playmakers. Are you like, what are we talking about here? We're the only fan base that will settle for no fucking playmakers. When I ask this question all the time, when is the last time y'all seen somebody catch a 4-yard, 5-yard pass and take it to the house? When's the last time? If you are a Raiders fan, when is the last time you seen a running back go for a 40-yard touchdown? When's the last time? I know people will be in here. I've been a Raider fan since 1970, blah, blah, blah. This, down in the third. You know what I mean? We need to do this. This guy needs to go. This, down in the third. Well, what about when's the last time you've seen a playmaker fucking go out there, catch a pass for 45 yards, and take it to the house for at least a 20-yard touchdown. At least a 20-yard touchdown. Win. I'll fucking wait, bro. I will wait for somebody to answer that question for me because I know it wasn't this year. I know it wasn't this year. Hell no. Y'all motherfuckers gonna have to jump into the archives to find a playmaker, someone that actually fucking caught the ball and made guys miss, broke a tackle, stiff arm, highlight reel, some type shit, and go to the house. When is the last time we've ever had that? Like, quit it, bro. We always settling for some bullshit. Quit having that mentality of settling for the bullshit. Y'all want to go get some damn backdoor wide receivers and get some ticky-tack shit. Like, bro, no, we need the best we can get. We need playmakers. You're telling me you want Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is playing with this motherfucker right now. How does that even make sense? That doesn't even make sense. Wide receivers, right tackle, guard, quarterback to develop. I think we should take best available in draft and no wild style picks, then fill gaps properly with free agency. Yeah, I 100% agree, Minish. 100% agree. Wide receiver, right tackle, and guard. You know, I'm more prevalent on getting your right tackle. I'm not really tripping too much off of the guards because I feel like you can get a guard quite easily. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't have to cash out too much. As far as right tackle, I think we need a solid right tackle to help out on that right side of the line to help out with Leatherwood. And then as far as the wide receiver, you know, we touched on that. Even if it's not Devontae Adams, I'm not saying you have to go pay him $30 million to get Devontae Adams. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we need a true number one playmaking wide receiver. And there's only so many. There's only two, really. Devontae Adams and Allen Robinson. Those are the only two. Those are only two guys that you could go get to say they are proven wide receivers in the league to be number ones that are playmakers. Playmakers, okay? They're making catches that aren't supposed to be caught. Right? They're breaking tackles and making plays that you don't see often. These are the kind of guys I want. I don't want to bring in guys that are going to catch the fucking football and then fall on the ground. And then that's it. Okay, so come on. And then the quarterback to develop. I said this last year. It's crazy because I said this last year. I was like, look, why don't we just get a quarterback to develop? Why do we have Nathan Peterman? Why don't we have a young guy that could sit behind Carr and Mariota? No, we have Carr, Mariota, and Peterman. When we could have had Carr, Mariota, and then some young dudes sitting back there learning from Mariota scrambling, learning from, Carr's technicals when he's on the field. Why don't we have a young guy developing back there? You know what I mean? That's just, to me, it's just kind of weird. Instead, we'd rather go pay Mariota. We could have drafted a mobile quarterback. Look at what the Ravens got that Huntley over there. We can easily get a guy like that could have done what Mariota's doing, developing behind Carr. You know what I mean? And when I said it last year, people were like, well, that's dumb. Why would we get a quarterback? And it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to go down that road. Because everybody will sit there and be like, oh, you're a Carr stans. But then when I suggested getting a young quarterback last year, everybody said it was I don't know. I'm not even finna go there, man. Appreciate the super chat, man. Definitely, I agree with everything 100% though. Nothing wild. Best available in the draft. We definitely have to go get, and then fill those gaps in free agency. But, it's kind of reverse because you have to go free agency and then draft them near. And the queen pulled up and says, rate them likes. So y'all better listen to her. Make sure y'all listen to the queen because you know what she's talking about. Spinning straight fire right now. Watts is in the building. He says, the O-line are not good running up the gut. Yeah, it's not the greatest running up the gut. And I agree. 100% agree. I think the offensive line will get better. And I think if we get a competent guard and a competent right tackle, we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. I'm just not saying I don't want to go out and spend huge money on a guard. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't want Simpson starting and I don't want Parker starting. Those are the two guys I don't want starting. Let's just make that clear. Okay? Let's just make that clear. I'm just saying I don't want to go out in free agency and then look at the highest the best available guard. We don't have to do that. Every year, it seems like that's what we have to do. Remember when we got Trent Brown? You know what I mean? LeBron James, the right tackles. Like, for what? We didn't need that. Our offensive line wasn't that good this year, and our offense was playing quite fine. What happened? We started losing playmakers, and we lost our head coach. We need playmakers, okay? ONT6 Back with another super chat. Appreciate it, brother, and the support donation. He says Tyrone Wheatley and Charlie Garner with the last ones I could do it. The last wide receiver that you used to do it for us was Amari Cooper. Yeah, I remember Amari Cooper caught that screen pass against the Chargers, and he took that joint to the house. That boy hit one cut, made about two people miss, and was gone. Phew! I was like, sheesh. Those are the kind of plays I'm talking about, though, on T6. Those are the plays I'm talking about. So when you start talking about the quarterback, I mean, fuck all that. I'm not finna talk about a quarterback. I'm finna talk about, okay, you say it's only 4-yard passes. You don't throw it that far. Okay, whatever. That might be the case. Okay, fuck the quarterback. I'm not finna talk about that. When's the last time one of our receivers did something to where they caught a pass, made a guy miss, and took off to the house? And that's my point. We don't have playmakers. That's what playmakers do. That's what playmakers do. That's how people win. So, you know what I mean? Think about this right now. We got to go play the Colts. Are the Colts winning because their quarterback is out there slinging the ball around? Or the Browns winning because because their quarterback is slinging the ball around? So, come on, man. You have to have playmakers. You have to. There's no doubt about it. You have to have playmakers. Like, look at Kyler Murray while Hopkins gone. Hopkins goes out, then all of a sudden Kyler Murray looks different. Kyler Murray hasn't thrown a touchdown in the red zone in about 7 games. Kyler Murray. Everybody thinks you have to be mobile. Everybody thinks you have to be fast, break tackles, get outside of the pocket, you know what I mean, extend plays. Kyler Murray hasn't thrown a touchdown in how long in the red zone? You feel me? Think about that. James Conner is over there getting all the touchdowns like Kenyon Drake was. Because Kenyon Drake, before he came to us, Kenyon Drake last year when he played for the Cardinals, he led the league in red zone touchdowns. Or excuse me, in touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. Let me be a little bit more accurate. Kenyon Drake last year led the league in touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. And that goes to my point. You have to have playmakers. You have to be able to punch it in the goal line. You know what I mean? Everybody swears you have to have some quarterbacks that can do backflips and spin moves and jump kicks just to get in the end zone. Nah, man. It's harder than you think. Ricardo says, we also don't have a defense to close games out. When the last time we ended a game kneeling it? Mac. Oof. This is another good point. And look, Ricardo brought it up. And I'm going to touch on this subject real quick. The difference between, Mac, what Mac was doing for us and, the defensive ends we have now in Yannick and Max Crosby, Nassib, Coots, Farrell, whoever you want to choose, is that Mac literally would close games like Ricardo's saying. He would close games out himself. I remember when Mac, he caught that pass, that screen pass that Cam Newton tried to throw. He catches it, takes it to the fucking house, yo. Our defensive end, our outside linebacker, whatever you want to call him, he caught the pass from the quarterback and took it to the house when someone tried to do a fake screen. Those are the plays we need. Or the strip sack fumbles at the end of games like we did against the Ravens, right? We did against the Jets. We did that against the Panthers. These are the kind of plays we need from these defensive ends. We need Max Crosby to show up in the fourth quarter, you know what I mean, with the game on the line. If they're marching downfield, you don't let fucking Nick Mullins march downfield with 4 minutes left and score a fucking touchdown to put you in the lead. That don't even make sense. You go out there, you close the game, you get a strip sack fumble, whatever the case, you give the ball back to the offense so they can knee it. But instead, what happens? You march downfield, you let Nick Mullins scramble and score, throw a fucking touchdown against you, which is embarrassing. With 4 minutes left, then you're basically saying the offense, you need to go out there and put us back in the lead. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a back and forth teeter-totter. Like, bro, that shit don't even make sense. We need people that can close games, that can ice games. Think about this. I'm watching the Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I know y'all was watching this. As a Raider fans, you better keep your eye on your enemy. You know what I mean? The Chargers versus the Chiefs. Kelsey catches a 4-yard fucking pass and takes it to the house for like 30, 40 yards. Think about that. Kelsey catches a pass from Mahomes and runs about 40 yards. It was only a 4-yard pass. That's a 44-yard touchdown pass from Mahomes, but Kelsey made like 4 or 5 guys miss and then takes it to the house. And this is what I'm talking about. That's making plays. When's the last time somebody's done that for us to close out a fucking game? Never. Every time we make a play, every time there's a, you know what I mean, whatever, it's a thrown pass that's fucking 40 yards downfield. That's it. Nobody's catching a fucking 5-yard pass and taking it to the house for 40 yards. No, every time there's a big play, it's through the damn air. We need playmakers, man. We got to get playmakers. There's no excuses. Well, I said, Ray, you complain about what Gruden did. We left holding the candle. I'm not really complaining about what Gruden did. I'm just talking about the franchise. You can sit here and say, oh, I'm complaining about Gruden. Bro, even before Gruden, people always say, always want to use recent history as if we didn't suck since 2002. Watts. What was we doing before Gruden? You feel me? As long as I've been alive, we've only been good for 3 years. We have only been good in the past 30 years. How many years have we been good, right? How many years have we been good in the past 30 years, Watts? You let me know. In the past 30 years, how many of those years have we been good? Oh, y'all must be talking. Y'all must be in the chat talking to each other about something. He says, Jeff Bryan says, saying Mariota is not the answer is not a valid argument. Saying Mariota is not the answer is not a valid argument? What is that even? Jeff Bryan says, there is no. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying, brother. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Demoke says we should get a backup rookie quarterback. We don't want to be in a similar situation like the Steelers. I don't think we'd be in a situation like the Steelers. Derek Carr is better than Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben is he's tapped out. Big Ben is maxed out. He's done. You know what I mean? I don't think we're that bad of a quarterback situation as far as the Steelers, Yeah, Big Ben is whew. Max Sermon says, okay, Ray, been a fan since 1965. No shit. This team has sucked since Gruden's first run with the team, but Gruden was never the answer. We need playmakers. But the thing is, man, Max Sermon, since before Gruden, right? Because we were only good when we got Gruden from 99 to 2002, right? 2002, we didn't have him. 2002, we didn't have him. But my point is, even before that, before the 99 to 2002, look at since 1990, right? Go look at since 1990. What were we doing? We had Art Shell as our head coach. The longest head coach we've had since 1990 is Art Shell. And he was our head coach for 4 to 5 years. Ever since Art Shell in the early 90s, not his second stint, not Art Shell's second stint, but in the early 90s, when Art Shell was our head coach, he's our longest head coach since then. We haven't had a head coach last longer than Art Shell in the early 90s. Like, do y'all understand how crazy that sounds? The longest head coach we've had, you would have to go back to the 90s with Art Shell. What? Where the fuck is the continuity at? Think about that. Art Shell. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So, and that's only 4 to 5 years. You got teams that have the same coach for fucking 10, 15 years. I would like to have the same coach for 5 years, but we can't. We can't. Shit, we couldn't even get Gruden was on a 10-year contract, and we ended up getting I don't know what you want to call it, blackballed, strong-armed into firing our coach technically, or he got strong-armed into resigning. So got a super chat from the Queen. She says, appreciate you and the channel. Happy holidays. Oh, appreciate that, Queen. Appreciate the support. Always pulling up. Solid, loyal member to the channel. Always love talking to you. Always love going back and forth on Instagram. If y'all don't follow my Instagram, make sure y'all follow my Instagram. I'll always try to respond at least, you know what I mean, and stay in contact that way. It's a lot easier to go back and forth, do polls, ask questions, you know what I mean, Q&As, all that kind of stuff on Instagram. It's a lot easier to stay connected, you know. But shout out to the Queen Raiderette. Make sure y'all follow her on Instagram as well. You can find her at Instagram, Queen Raiderette, and go follow her as well. Appreciate the super chat. And the support and the donation, Queen. Always very much obliged and appreciated from you. DeMarcus Webb says, Ray, what position would you draft first in the first round? I mean, personally, I'm going best available defensive player. Best available defensive player is that simple, man. Like I want a solid defensive guy, but this draft is strange. This draft is kind of strange because there's times where people will say Jamison Williams, Williamson? Uh, they say that he may be available, and that's where it gets kind of interesting. It's like, if the best available wide receiver is there, do you take him? You know, and for me, it's like, damn, we just got Ruggs with the first round pick. I remember getting Amari Cooper a first round pick. Both guys are from Alabama. Would we want to get another Alabama wide receiver in the first round? And it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. So that's where I think the dynamic comes from. For me personally, best available player. Best available player. You know, if it's D tackle, if it's a linebacker, if it's a cornerback, I want to go get them. We have to go get the best available defensive player, in my opinion. My opinion. Gunsmoke Games says replace Peterman with Sam Howell. I don't know if I'd want to spend a first round pick on Sam Howell. I still got to watch some more tape on him, but I don't know, man. I just don't like the way bro's playing style look. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the way bro playing style look. I like Pickett. No, I like Pickett, but the thing with Pickett is he has small, tiny hands. Like, bro, Pickett has smaller hands than Derek Carr. If you got smaller hands than Derek Carr, you got I don't even know, buddy. You're gonna be, yeah. I don't know. That's different. Derek Carr is considered to have small hands. He got smaller hands than Derek Carr. So I don't know. Pickett got some things to figure out, but I don't know about Sam Hill. Appreciate the super though, man. So the Raiders need to draft a new quarterback who is a total gunslinger and who is going to make Raiders great again. I mean, I feel you, but at the same time, it's like there's no quarterback, like there's no quarterback you're going to draft that's going to do that. There's no quarterback you're going to be able to draft and then have them come into this Raiders team and then think he's going to elevate this franchise and elevate this football team. I just don't think any quarterback would ever do that. There's no rookie quarterback that can do that. I'm sorry. There's just not. You have to, we'd either have to have the system in place for that specific quarterback with a solid defense, or we would have to have a bunch of fucking weapons. Because how do you evaluate a quarterback? You couldn't evaluate a rookie quarterback with this offense. There's no fucking way. Behind this offensive line with these weapons, with no coach, how could you ever evaluate a quarterback with this football team, with this offense? You can never do that. You can never do that. There's not many quarterbacks, if you could even bring up a quarterback that's ever elevated a very poorly managed franchise. Oh, wait, name one. Name a quarterback that's came in and then elevated the football team. Just let me know. Said I would take Collar still. That kid is unreal. Yeah, Collar's good, but I his playing style, I feel like his playing style just looks fun to watch and looks cool. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, you did all that, and you could have just dropped back and made the normal pass, made the normal read like most other quarterbacks, or how conventional quarterbacks do it. A lot of times with the scrambling quarterbacks, they're not even 100% sure of who to throw it to or to read. They're dropping back, and then they'll just drop back and be ready to run and then set up and then throw, because the play, they're not even basing it off of the play they're running really in the defense. They're not over here making a read and they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to hit that right there because that's going to be wide open. No, I don't think that's not the kind of guy Murray is. It's not the kind of guy Russell Wilson. None of those guys are. I'm sorry. You can just see it in their play. Kyler Murray can't even see over his offensive lineman. Why do you think he's always running to get around? Do you think his offensive line sucks? I don't think so. East Bay Raider says, I would keep Carr and give him better receivers. No rookies. Get Allen Robinson or Adams if we can. 100%, bro. That's what I'm saying. No rookies, bro. I'm tired of the rookies. Look, we got 2 first-round picks on this offensive line. We need veteran presence, right? In the wide receiver room, we got Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards, Zay Jones, and Deshaun Jackson. Why would we want to bring in a rookie to that? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, East Bay. Watch this. Now we don't have Abram and Mullen. We talk about playoffs. Exactly. You know, with Abram going down, that's gonna be a big blow. I think it's gonna be a big blow. Tickle says Collar's a playmaker. He does have a great defense, though, just like Indy and Dallas and Bucks. Shake my head. And he has playmakers. How many times has Collar I've seen Collar literally just chuck it up, bro, to DeAndre Hopkins, and then boom, 40-yard touchdown. I'm like, bruh, what are we talking about? You're just chucking the ball up in the air to DeAndre Hopkins, and then all of a sudden it's a 40-yard touchdown. It's like, oh, what a beautiful pass. And it's like, bruh, nah, that motherfucker jumped over three Bills defenders to make a catch. You have Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Is that not a full house of receivers? Is that not a full house? Bro, you have the highest paid receiver on your fucking football team. And you're saying Kyler Murray's a playmaker. But who do we got on this football team? And we're tripping. This shit go full circle, bro. This shit goes full circle. You're telling me right now you like Kyler Murray, which I'm not disagreeing with. I think Murray's dope. But you have a guy in Kyler Murray, first overall pick out of the fucking draft, okay? And not only that, he has the highest paid receiver in the league, and y'all complaining about bringing in Adams. What the fuck is the confusion? Where's the confusion here? The highest paid receiver is DeAndre Hopkins, and he's playing with Kyler Murray. So if you think Aaron Rodgers is better than Derek Carr, but Aaron Rodgers has Devontae Adams, but you don't even want to bring Devontae Adams to play with Derek Carr, or on the flip side, DeAndre Hopkins, the best wide or the highest paid receiver in the league, is playing with Kyler Murray, and you think Kyler Murray's a playmaker, then how the fuck do we not go get playmakers? You see, that shit don't make sense. That shit don't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Yeah. Shout out to the boy Graf. Yeah, make sure you wipe them feet. You already know what it is. Boy said yo, Graf sent me a text, said he at the barber shop. I said, motherfucker, he ain't got no hair. No, I'm just playing around. He said he had to take his boys. He said he had to take his boys to the barber shop. I told him pull up. He said he had to go to the barber shop, though. Well, he said Derek Carr is one of the worst quarterbacks in NFL history, along with Phillip Rivers. Oh man, tribe of. Yeah, bro, you out here. I'm not even sure what's going on. Ray, Max Crosby is just as much as a playmaker as Mac. This. What a shame. What a shame. Just the fact that you took the time to type that out, send it to me, and, you know, it didn't fully process. Nah, bro. That's cap. That's cap, bro. This is. I appreciate you pulling up. I appreciate you being a part of the channel, but bro, you cannot be spewing this kind of shit out. You cannot just be saying stuff. You can't say stuff like this. It's not about whether it's not about whether, you know what I mean, if I miss Mac or, you know, nothing like that. It has nothing to do with what it is. I'm talking about talent. Quit getting caught up in the name. Don't get caught up in the player. I'm just talking about the talent and what the playmakers do. Max is not a playmaker, bro. When has Max ever closed the game for us? When has Max Crosby ever got a strip sack fumble with the game on the line? I'm just curious. When did Crosby get a strip sack fumble with the game on the line to where we got the ball back and then we take a knee? Because I remember Mac did it about 3-4 times in one season. So how many times has Max Crosby done that from what you remember? I remember Crosby, he got 4 sacks in one game against the Bengals. I remember that. That was fire. But honestly, where's the clutch moments? Where is he in the clutch moments? Where's Yannick in the clutch moments? They're not to be found. They are not to be found when they need them the most, when we need them the most. I'm asking you all the question. Prove it to me. Prove me wrong. Tell me I'm wrong right now, and then prove it to me and let me know. I'll go back and look at the tape, but let me know. And mind you, I like Max Crosby. Only thing when it came to Max Crosby, is how much we're going to pay him. I don't think I really want to pay Max Crosby $20 million to be a defensive end. And I disagree with this. Max Crosby is nowhere even close to what the playmaker Mac was, or the talents, you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. We need elevated talent. Minus with the super, he says, we don't draft in first 3 rounds as anybody on earth would. I was hoping we traded up and grabbed Parsons. Will we continue to retrade? Good question, Minish. Damn, man. If we have Mike Mayock, it just depends on who the GM is, man. This is a tough question. Do we continue to reach? I'm gonna just say yeah, man. I'm gonna just say yeah. Because until proved otherwise, you can't say, bro. Until you're proved otherwise, you can't say. Like, honestly, you just can't. We just got Leatherwood last year. We just drafted Leatherwood last year. So, until proved otherwise, can't really say, man. Can't really say. Alex Martinez, appreciate the super and the donation, man. He says, Raid, it was 4 and 5, and they gave Mullins all day. And the Chubb touchdown was a 5-yard run on 3rd down. Bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. They ran it on 3rd and 5. That shit was hilarious. I was like, yo, that's the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen. That's disrespectful as hell. That shit was so disrespectful. Oh, my God. The motherfuckers really ran that shit. On 3rd, oh, my gosh. That shit wild. Central Cali said my boy Ray getting fired up. Yeah, man, I had to get my energy up. I had to get my energy up, man, because, man, I want this team to be good. I want this fan base to get what the fuck they deserve. This is the best fan base in the league. This is the best fan base in sports. I don't care what anybody says. It's better. It's best fan base in sports. It's better than the Cowboys. It's better than the Steelers. It's better than the Patriots. It's better than the Niners. I'm telling y'all right now, this is the best fan base in sports. It don't matter because we lose, and motherfucker, we still right here, bro. We're still right here. We deserve way better than what we get on the field, and that's why I get fired up sometimes, man, because I want us to hold the franchise to a higher standard. Like, bro, just look around the league. We shouldn't have to go scrape for seconds all the time. We're getting Deshaun Jackson. That was the 5th string receiver on the Rams. And we're over here acting like he's a fucking pot of gold. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of get fired up, man. We deserve way better. You know what I mean? Look at your picture, bro. You got a Raiders hat, Raiders jersey. I don't know if that's your daughter or not. She got some Raiders stuff on. We pay for this stuff. We deserve better. You know what I mean? That's why I get fired up. We deserve better. They need to fix the shit. Happy holidays, Raider Nation. Enjoy this time and cherish every second with your family. Let's get this win on Sunday. Raiders, Raiders, Raiders. I appreciate that. ONT6 for the kind words. Everybody listen to my boy. Happy holidays to Raider Nation. Everybody in the chat. Everybody that's pulled up. I appreciate all of y'all just for being here, just for supporting. I do this for y'all. I get hyped up because of y'all. You know what I mean? I get hyped up because of y'all. You feel me? Like, I don't know. Y'all bring that energy. Y'all bring those questions. Y'all bring, you know what I mean, those ideas. And I appreciate every one of y'all. I hope everybody has a great Christmas. I hope everybody has a great New Year's. I hope everybody is, most importantly, safe and healthy. You know what I mean? I hope everybody's safe and healthy. And like my boy says, cherish every second with your family. You know what I mean? Because you honestly don't know when it's going to be that last second you get to be with them. So always cherish that time. And like he says, let's get this dub this Sunday against the Broncos. I will be in Vegas this weekend. I'll be in Vegas this weekend. I'm going to the game. It's my first game in Vegas. You know what I mean? I'm going to go out there and hold it down for y'all. I need ideas for a sign, though. If y'all got any ideas to where I could put a sign, if it's funny, raunchy, you know what I mean? I don't care what it is. I want it to be clever, though. I want it to be clever so I can hold up a clever sign. You know what I mean? Something like, don't check my emails. You know what I mean? Check Goodell's emails. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Something like that. We need something clever. You know, bring back Gruden. Something, you know what I mean? Free Gruden. You know what I mean? Something, you know, bring something clever, some fly, you know what I mean? And I'm going to hold that motherfucker up proud as hell. Because, you know, I got the tickets for free from my mom's. It was kind of like a Christmas present, I guess you could say. But I got the tickets from my mom's, and they just so happen to be the visitor section, y'all, and it's right next to the tunnel where the Broncos are at. I think it's right next to the Broncos tunnel, yeah. And it's on the visitor side, and it's right on the rails. So I'll be like right there on the rails. So if I got a sign, I'm gonna make sure I go flaunt that thing. I'm gonna piss off some Broncos fan. Make sure it's something good. I'll have something on the front to where, you know what I mean, it's for the Raiders more, but then on the back of the sign, it'll be talking shit to the Broncos. So then all the Broncos fans behind me can see, you know what I mean, the sign, the back of the sign, talking shit to them. You feel me? So you already know. If y'all gonna be at the game this weekend, let me know who's gonna be out there. Who's gonna be out there? Pace Cunningham with the donation. Appreciate you, brother. He said, since I can remember, every time we get a playmaker, somehow we lose them. Bo, McFadden, both injuries. Mack, Cooper, Ruggs, Seawood in the trade. Think about this, bro. Even when we have decent players, think about this. Even when we have decent players, right? Nelson Aguilar dips out, goes to the Patriots, get paid $15 million a year, right? He dips out. He goes over there. Even when we get mediocre players like that. So it's tough, man. It's tough. Let's see. Dan Kern says Herbert did. Herbert did what? What did Herbert do? What Herbert do? Oh, shit, I'm way behind in the comments, huh? Yo, what Herbert do? He elevated the Chargers. The last I checked, the Chargers were in the playoffs in 2018. The Chargers were in the playoffs in 2018. Weren't they? Weren't the Chargers playing? Who was it? Didn't they beat the Ravens? Didn't the Chargers beat the Ravens in the playoffs in 2018? So Herbert elevated the Chargers, already playoff team. I mean, you tell me. If anything, think about it like this. What's crazy is the Chargers made the playoffs in 2018. Chargers made the playoffs in 2018, right? Or was it 17? Might have been 17, right? They go get what's up, man? They go get Herbert, and then everybody says Herbert's elevating the Chargers. Well, the Chargers were already a playoff team just a couple years prior. Not only that, they got better offensive line. They got a better offensive line. They got the same weapons. So, yeah, this thing echoing now. I don't like that. Stu, but with the super sticker. Yo, shout out Stu, man. We got to get Stu into the Stu. I'm gonna tap in with you, man, and I'm gonna see if we can get Stu on the members only. We're gonna see if we can get Stu on the members only film breakdown. So when we break down the film, we're gonna have Stu, and we're gonna see if he could, kind of give us his opinion on what the film looks like. You already know Stuart Swagger, former Raiders, former NFL safety. Shout out to him, man. Much respect. Appreciate the super sticker, brother. Frank White says the only reason DC has all those comebacks is because he mismanages games. Bring in Watson. Well, would you say that about Rodgers? Because I think Rodgers has one less comeback. I think Rodgers is right behind Carr in comeback wins. So would you say that Rodgers mismanages games? That's why he has so many? I'm just wondering. You know what I mean? If you don't use that same logic for Rodgers, then just don't say that at all. Because if it's not going to be the same across the board, then you're not even speaking in good faith, man. Your logic has to be the same across the board. Yeah, Mack was a closer. See, Jesse, that's what I'm talking about. Mack was a closer. That boy gonna close the game. He gonna go get that. He gonna get it done. Yo, Ray, that's real shit. Heard all day, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Michael says Stu for head coach in 2022. Yo, you're gonna be having the players running through walls right before the game for no reason. One says Crosby putting in work though. Yannick too. Let them live because all the quarterback got to do is dump it off because we always in off coverage and linebackers is out to play, so they get easy yards over the middle. I mean, look, the thing is, I'm not saying Crosby's doing bad. I'm not saying Yannick's doing bad. I think y'all misinterpreting what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that they're not closers like Mack for one, and then two, I'm just not paying $20 million to Crosby. You see what I'm saying? Are you guys going to give Crosby like $20 million? Are you going to pay him, make him the highest paid defensive end or something like that? You see what I'm saying? How much are you going to pay Crosby based on the 5-sack performance? He got 5 sacks this year. And we brought in Yannick, who's making $15 a year or something like that, who has, I think, about who has what, 8 or 9 sacks? So it's just y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make sense because if y'all want to give Yannick 15, y'all want to give Max Crosby 15, y'all want to give Waller 18 million. I mean, where y'all going? I'm just trying to figure out where y'all going to spend y'all money. Plus, y'all want to get a guard, you want to get a right tackle, you want to bring in Allen Robinson or Devontae Adams. Then you want to, you know what I mean? You want to bring in a corner. Like, all right, you know what I mean? Y'all got to look at that cap. I know we have a lot of cap coming up. We have a lot of cap next year, but I'm just saying, man, y'all got to look at that. Y'all got to figure out what y'all want to do with that cap. Stu says ONT 6. Yes, sir. ONT. AJ Simpson. I see you, folks. Gorilla Stun says, I hope Gus is gone after the season. Can't stand his soft secondary. Too much cushion on wideouts all the time. Give DC real weapons. We don't need a flashy tight end. We need a wide receiver one and build Foster to be tight end. I agree, bro. I don't think we need a flashy tight end. I don't. How many tight ends has been on? Look, we had Jared Cook, yo. Jared Cook was balling on this fucking team. Seth Roberts was balling on this team. Michael Crabtree revived his career. Who was Michael Crabtree after he left the Raiders? What happened to him? Exactly. You know what I mean? So, I don't, I honestly, I think Carr, personally, I think Carr I don't think Carr makes players around him worse. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? I think he makes wide receivers and wideouts. He'll make them. You know what I mean? If they're good, he'll make them consistently good. Hunter Renfrow. Oh, well, Hunter Renfrow is good. He got talent. He's playing with Derek Carr. Hunter Renfrow. You know what I mean? He was a late round draft pick. He's playing lights out with Derek Carr. You know, everybody will give Hunter Renfrow all the credit, which he deserves because he's the one catching the passes. But at the same time, he built that relationship with Derek Carr. Like, bro, like why you only give credit to one side but not the other? Think about that. Why couldn't Josh Allen do anything with Zay Jones? Everybody was saying Josh Allen was MVP caliber. Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback. Why the fuck did the Bills trade Zay Jones then and go get Stephon Diggs? Why don't they just keep Zay Jones if he's so good, right? You know what I mean? I mean, that just proves my fucking point. So Jesse wrote this. Jesse, my guy, what'd you say, bro? You say that? It's just a super chat. Just sends a donation, man. Appreciate the donation, brother. Appreciate the donation, man. You ain't saying nothing. Let me know. You finna be at the game? You finna be at the game, Jesse? Oh, my brother said stay blessed. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, folks. Appreciate you, bros. Appreciate you, bro. Bro, just out here showing love, showing support. Always appreciate everybody showing support, showing up, showing love, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. We you know what I mean? We 240 deep. If y'all can't hit that like button, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if y'all new here. Appreciate everybody pulling up. You know what I mean? We just hit that hour 30 mark. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, and I'm gonna go actually grab some steaks. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do steaks for Christmas. Me and the fam, and my little sister come over. She's gonna bring her little peoples. I'm gonna make some steaks for the fam for Christmas. Stormtrooper says, raid the donkeys. Then said, raid the stable. Somebody says, raid the stable. Ricardo says, don't check my emails. Yes, sir. Chris Gang, raid that like. You already know what it is. Raid that like button. Yeah, don't check my emails. Somebody says, raid the lobster. What's y'all talking about, man? Y'all out here capping on me right now. Demoke says, can we have Cable run the offense? Oh, bro. Demokes. Let me tell you, I do not like Cable, Demokes. I don't like Cable, bro. I wish Cable would leave. Cable needs to go. So, I mean, if you ask me that question, I appreciate the super donation, brother. He says, can we have Cable run the offense? I want to fire Cable. I'm ready to fire Cable like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Like, bro, it's time to get rid of Cable. Cable does not need to be around this organization anymore. It's funny, we'll talk about character guys, blah, blah, blah. Cable's punching people in the face, but we talking about character guys. Mike Mayock got to get his ass out of here too, in my opinion, but that's me. Cool Zay says, I had a Teddy Bridgewater sign in Denver. Oh, bedwetter. That boy crazy. The boy said Baylor. But we finna be playing Drew Lock. So could have something for that. All I want for Christmas is 3 interceptions from Drew Lock. That's all I want. Let's see, JR65 said it's a problem that the only franchise player you can say we have is our quarterback. Like we don't have any superstars like an Adams or D-Hop. Bro, you feel me? Like this, how do you not like for me it's difficult because I don't see how other Raider fans can't see that. You could look at every other contending team, every other team, and be like, where's the superstar? And you could point at multiple superstars on their team. Multiple. On this team, you can't point at multiple superstars. Look at Kyler Murray's rookie season. It wasn't that great. You look at the second season, it was cool. You look at this season, it's that much better. And what did they do? They went and traded for DeAndre Hopkins. They went and drafted Rondale Moore, drafted Christian Kirk. They got AJ Green in the offseason. Like, bro, think about that. This dude got Hopkins and AJ Green on the same team with 2 young studs in Kirk and Rondale Moore. That's cold piece. That's a cold piece. Anthony says Herbert is good. Yeah, Herbert's a stud, yo. Herbie's for surely. Herbert's out there, bro. He was my favorite quarterback in that draft. Tickler says, ready to take, bro. Herbert out there stiff arming linebackers. Did you see that KC game? That kid is a baller. He don't need any milk. He said, hey, get off me, little fella. No, Herbert's good. No, don't get me wrong. Let me say this real quick. Hold on. I asked a question, and I said, when has a quarterback ever entered a franchise like ours, the Raiders, okay, and elevated that team? When? The Chargers were not like us. There's a reason, bro. Look at this. What's funny is the Chargers went and drafted a first-round tackle. They spent a bunch of money on their offensive line for Herbert. They have Mike Williams. They have Keenan Allen. They have a dope defense. Can you name a difference? How many superstars can he name on that Chargers team? How many? I could name a ton. Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Keenan Allen. Superstars. Come on. Quit playing with me, bro. Like, he didn't elevate the Chargers. The Chargers were already there, bro. Like, what are we talking about? What has he done to say he's elevated the Chargers? The Chargers literally beat the Ravens in the playoffs just a couple of years ago. And this is what I'm talking about. The Chargers were nowhere near what we were. Bro, when Carr came into the league, what were we, 2-14? 2-14? Tyrod Taylor was playing for the Chargers, and they had the same fucking record. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Quit it. Quit the cap. Herbert is better than Carr. Stop capping, Ray. I wasn't comparing. When did I ever compare? When was I comparing? See, y'all just start putting comments out. Y'all not even listening. Y'all motherfuckers don't even listen half the time. When did I ever say anything about comparing Herbert and Carr? I didn't. And I just asked the question again to clarify for y'all. I said, when has a quarterback came into a franchise as bad as the Raiders and elevated that team and elevated that franchise? Y'all still haven't answered the question. So let me know. The sign should say Odell Beckham Senior Scout. That boy's stupid. No, that's actually a pretty funny one. Happy holidays, Nation. Love y'all, but I'm tired of seeing us divided at the end of the day. It's Raider Nation for life. Thanks, Ray, for speaking facts. Yeah, 100%, man. And I had to say this, and I said something on Twitter. Appreciate the donation. Happy holidays to you and your family, man. Hope you guys have a safe, healthy, and a good Christmas. Most definitely, man. Have a good weekend. Hopefully we come out with a win against the Broncos this weekend as well, man. Appreciate the donation, the super chat. But, yeah, we can't be divided on specific players. I put a tweet out, and it was just basically saying, if you dislike a Raider fan based off of the players they like on the team, then you got to kind of look at yourself and be like, damn, why I don't like that Raider fan because they like a certain player. That's just weird to me. So, you know what I mean? And I think we just need to get over that. Cunningham says Carr and Devontae or some other quarterback of Devontae. And no Devontae. So Cunningham is basically saying, I agree, man. You don't really get Devontae unless you have Carr. I feel like it would be weird for us to get rid of Carr and then bring in Devontae. Like, would he even come? So it's kind of like you got to kind of pick your poison. Are we going to go draft a rookie quarterback and then bring in Allen Robinson? Would Allen Robinson even want to do that? He was just playing with Justin Fields. He was playing with Mitchell Trubisky. Like, I don't know if he really wants to deal with that. I think he wants to go to where a veteran quarterback is that's shown some proving. Chaz Edwards, the disrespect to Mac. Max is good, but he has not closed any games for us. Sorry, but Mac was way better. Yeah, Mac was a terrorizer, bro. I'm sorry, but Mac was different. Already different. Mac was different, bro. And that's kind of what I was saying. The disrespect to Mac. Yeah, bro, that was different. Derek Carr has already allowed Tom Brady to win 6 Super Bowl championships on his watch, which is totally unacceptable. F Derek Carr. What? Damn, that's crazy. East Bay says, Raid, you get 20. Raid, you get 20 mil. Said, raid them likes. Yeah, raid them likes. Listen to the Queen. Y'all know what the Queen talking about. Stephen Martinez says Carr equals Renfro as Stafford. This is the thing, though. Kupp was good before Stafford got there. Not only that, Kupp is 6 foot, like 205 pounds. Hunter Renfro is 5'10", 185 pounds. I'm bigger than Hunter Renfro. And I'm not even a big guy. I'm bigger than Hunter Renfro. Cooper Kupp is way bigger than me. So, you know what I mean? Hunter Renfro is good, but if he was Cooper Kupp size, oh, bro, Hunter Renfro would be a dog if he was Cooper Kupp size. He was even, come on. Keep Waller, sign Adams. I would do that. Listen to my boy Jesse. He said, raid them lights up. You already know what time it is. Raid them lights up. They fired him already. For a season. Appreciate it, donuts. Yeah, man. Christian says, where you get the hat from? I got it from, I'm drawing a blank. Someone help me. Where did I get this hat from? Someone help me. Culture Kings. I got it from Culture Kings, brother. Appreciate you guys. Always love supporting my guys. Appreciate you, Queen. That's what I'm saying. You're always supporting. You're always showing love. Man, love having you up on here, having your opinion. You know what I mean? Bringing that calmness to the chat as well. Elazar says, since your first video that I came across, you've been consistent with your points and where you stand on the team, and it's appreciated on my end. Yo, I appreciate that, Elazar, man, because I'll be honest, I really try to stand by what I say. I really try to stand on it, like, even if I'm wrong, I try to stand on it 100%. Like, I'll still stick with it, even after everything that happened this season. An example of that is, with the record, I said we win 9 or 10 games. And everything that happened, I was like, I'm sticking with it. I still think we're going to do it. I'm sticking with whatever happens this season. I'm sticking with that 9 and 10. And I'm still stuck with it. At the beginning of the season, I said, I think we need wide receiver help still. And that was when we had Ruggs, right? So I still stick with it. I was saying defensive tackle as well at that point. I still stick with it. So I appreciate you saying that, man, because the fact that you say that just makes me realize that, okay, you know what I mean? I am actually, staying consistent and staying within the lines that I want to be. So that's a dope comment, man. That's a dope comment. I really appreciate that. Tickler, so every wide receiver makes DC? I think it's the other way around, my dude. Yo, Lonnie out there. That's chopping people's heads off out there, boy. God damn. That shit funny as hell. What's good with you, Gio? Talking to Jay Cash like who's Zay? Yeah, but man, I've been on here for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. Everybody pulling up, man. It was a good time. If y'all can't hit that like button, make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Rated Tape. Y'all know what it is. Also, shout out to everybody that pulled up, everybody that put a donation, a super chat. If y'all want to become a member, just hit the join button. You can pull up to the members only film study sessions. I think I'm going to do the film study session tonight. I know ONT6, my boy, was asking, so I'll probably do the film session tonight. We can watch the offensive snaps, and you can get all that footage and become a member if you want to. And also, it's the best way to support the channel. So I appreciate anybody that does become a member. Shout out everybody that pulled up. Ty Levitt, Lonnie, shout out Lonnie, Ray Love that pulled up, East Bay, Ty Levitt, Tony Collins, everybody that just pulls up, man. High five, Freddie. Saffron, I see you. Agent Red in the building. Anthony P pulled up on us. Ray the Purge in the building. I see you folks. Tickler. You know, and this is my closing. This is gonna be my closing thing. He said, I just got that tumbleweed hat from Culture Kings. Also got a cream hat that ended up being their last one. Damn, what? You over here sniping? You over here sniping the fitted hats, man? You over here sniping all the good stuff, man. And then I just want to end on this one. So this dude Tickler right here, right? This dude Tickler does not like. I'm not gonna say he does not like Derek Carr, but he's not the biggest fan of Derek Carr, right? Me and him disagree. This dude Tickler disagrees. And Tickler, bro, put a damn profile pic, man. You always in the chat, but you don't never just put a writer's picture. Put something, bro. Put just anything. You know what I mean? If y'all don't have a profile picture, make sure y'all put a writer's picture so people know what the fuck it is. It's Raider Nation for life. That's all it is. You feel me? But Tickler. Me and him would go back and forth, DC. Bro still be in the chat supporting. Bro still be in here talking, and he doesn't let that DC stuff get to him. He's still a Raider fan. He still support me. I still show his chats. I still talk to him, even when we went back and forth about Derek Carr. So I appreciate Tickler being able to be, you know what I mean, showing like, all right, he can have differences, but we can still be out here talking football, man. So shout out Tickler, man, for, you know what I mean, staying steady kill, man. You know what I mean? He says, hey, let's effing go DC Ford. That is my quarterback, whether I like it or not. I want to win. See, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Shout out Tickler for being transparent like that, man. It just shows like we're able to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You feel me? We'll never betray the whim. You feel me? Shout out Watch for pulling up, bro. See folks who focus on Carr. I know they really don't know football. You feel me? Like we could talk about so much about this team. There's so much to talk about, man. But I appreciate you putting that out there as well, Watch. Happy holidays. I'm gonna end it on this note. Happy holidays, nation. You know what I mean? It says salute, Rave. Salute to the chat. Everybody support. Merry Christmas. Everybody have a good weekend. I don't know where I'm gonna be doing so much this weekend. Because like I said, I'm gonna be going to the game. I'm gonna be out there. I'll probably go live, take pictures, take videos, whatever I can. I'm gonna see if I can get some players to answer some questions, maybe get out there early to the game when they're warming up. Maybe we can, you know what I mean? See what happens. But everybody be safe. Have a happy holidays. Have a good Christmas. And until next time, ready to take.